Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, welcome to the show today. Of course, if you're tuning in with us, Rockers in Recovery Radio, and on Rockers in Recovery Radio at 6:30 in the evenings, we have some specialized stuff, treatment and recovery, and we bring guests on that, of course, talk about just that. Treatment services that are provided with the people with addiction issues, but most importantly, how we can recover and move forward in a life of hope. So if you're tuning in this afternoon, we want to thank you for tuning in with us, and we have our buddy Sam from Amethyst Recovery Center on. Today is going to be a pretty cool show. It's using relapse prevention to achieve sobriety. And I actually picked this off their post, their blog post this morning, and wanted to discuss it with them because I feel that it's a topic that I definitely need to always keep in mind, and most importantly, maybe we can learn something from what Sam has to say to us, and get some footing on it. Look forward to, of course, having Sam be a part of the show today. Also, you can check out Waking Up Blessed Monday through Friday. It is live at 9 a.m., and we're working on our guest for tomorrow right now, a gentleman named Robert Gluck that's going to be on talking about how he wakes up blessed every day and the things that he does to help the community and put just a good vibe into the air as he walks through the day. That's Waking Up Blessed Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. live. You can check all of these out at Rockers in Recovery by clicking on the radio tab. You can also go to Facebook, and you can just put in at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook, and up comes Rockers in Recovery. It's Rockers in Recovery has the blue check, verified page for media. So please come on by and check out the shows. It's always the top of the show and tagged, so that way people can have access to it immediately. All you have to do is just click on it and listen to the show. It's a great way to start the morning, especially with Waking Up Blessed. We also have Jack Kelly, who is part of Rockers in Recovery Radio, who does Radical Recovery, and he does that on Monday nights at 6:30. So you can check out Jack. And what a great message. It's based on his book, Radical Recovery. You can check that out at Barnes & Noble. You can just pull it up online, put in Radical Recovery by Kelly, and all of that information is right there. He's a great guy, great message of hope. 40 years into his recovery, and a huge asset to the recovery community. So I think that he has, he's definitely helped me in the past, and hopefully by having him on, he can help others. So we're definitely excited to have Jack part of the gang here, that's for sure. And, we have some great folks like Sam and other folks that you can check out at our recovery media partners. And these are people that help us day by day to carry the message of hope and to be a part of, the message that's going out every day. And that's a positive message, trying to, just give hope to, somebody that might need it, maybe a family member that's struggling, or a loved one, or somebody that you feel that is out there that might need help. Tell them to check out the shows and check out the website. There's a bunch of information there. Of course, the recovery media partners, but there's some other ones too. And feel free to check out all of the blogs and all of that information. You can also find us at online at LinkedIn and Google Plus and Twitter. So while we're waiting for Sam, what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman. His name is Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday is a guy that has been a part of the music scene up in Nashville for quite a while, and he is going to be putting together a show called Nashville and Around with some of his buddies up there, and we're going to be streaming that and producing it live on Rockers in Recovery Facebook Live, and that's going to be starting here in May. So we're looking forward to the beginning part of May and that kicking off and having some real fun with that and introducing you to some great singer-songwriters that are in recovery in and around. They'll be doing music that's recovery-based and some that are not. They're also going to be bringing on some friends that support the recovery community, but are not necessarily in recovery themselves, but they're there to support the community and help us to, of course, carry a message of hope. So let me give you a little bit of Doc Holliday's Practice Make Perfect. Check it out, and then we'll be back to the show.
Every time that I gave in, gave up, swore that I had enough, ended up broken on my knees. Every love felt like a game I couldn't win, and I found the strength to start again. I keep believing. Every time I smile when things got tough, push myself and wouldn't stop. I was finding out I was made of. We gotta learn to live somehow. It might hurt right now, but practice makes perfect. Yeah, and it's worth it. There's nothing you can do. You can run all day, try to hide trouble, gonna find you anyway. It's alright, don't be afraid. Practice makes perfect, perfect. Practice makes. There was no one there to take my hand, pull me out of quicksand, get me on my feet. I had to find a way to rise above the fear that tried to pull me under. Yeah, I fought those demons tooth and nail. We've gotta learn to live somehow. It might hurt like hell, but practice makes perfect. Yeah, and it's worth it. There's nothing you can do. You can run all day, try to hide trouble, gonna find you anyway. It's alright, don't be afraid. Practice makes perfect, perfect. Practice makes. Practice makes perfect. Get a little.
And there you go. Practice makes perfect. And that's just some of the taste that you're going to get with the new show coming up with Doc Holliday and his friends from Nashville and around on Rockers in Recovery, Facebook Live. So I want everybody to get to know Doc. You can go to him on Facebook and get to know him. You can find him at Doc Holliday, HOLLADAY, Doc Holliday, and that's at Facebook and Doc Holliday Music. It's all there. Check it out. And of course, today is about learning some coping skills or maybe using some relapse prevention. So let's talk to our buddy Sam and find out more about that. Sam from Amethyst, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, John, I'm doing well.
Sounds great, man. You sound good. Sound like you're happy.
Yeah, man, everything's good. I just got back from Maryland, and it was really nice.
Have a good trip. What were you in Maryland for?
Working on our new facility, the Freedom Center. We should be open July 1st. It's in my hometown of Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Congratulations. That must be a huge thing to be able to go home and help the whole hometown.
Absolutely, yeah. That's been my dream since the day I got sober, to build something back home, and that's the mission. That's what I'm going to do.
Good man. Follow your dreams, Sam. So Hey, Sam, we have a show that's kind of attached to, we did something a little bit different, and Amethyst Recovery Center being a recovery partner, once a month they come on and we do, a topic, and we talk about treatment and recovery issues. And one of the things that we did today, which was a little bit different than what we normally do, is we took one of their blog posts and we incorporated it into the show, so you could actually read the blog, and it's right there on the, of course, written part of our blog. You can click on it. It says using relapse prevention to achieve sobriety, and you can click on that and go right to the blog. So with that being said, Sam, what I want to be able to do is just go through some questions with you. And one of them is, it brings up in the blog about coping skills. And what are coping skills? And could you give us a little bit of an idea for somebody that might not know what that means, what it's all about?
Okay, say that again. I'm a little confused.
Coping skills. Well, in the blog itself, it talks about coping skills and how that's a big part of relapse prevention.
Okay. What type of coping skills?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're using let's say you're using Rockers in Recovery as a tool. Is that like a tool for coping skills? What would you use to be able to cope as far as being able to not relapse in the future, and what kind of coping skills do you have to rebuild in your life?
Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. I guess, when I first got sober compared to what they are today, it's evolved. When I first got sober, my coping skill was, don't pick up, call my sponsor, go to a meeting. As time has gone on, I've evolved in that, because eventually it comes to a point where there's just not an option to take a drink or a drug anymore. It's not even on the table. It's not even a thought. No matter what, in any situation, regardless of what's in front of me or what temptation or what happened in my life, it's just no option. And it would take quite a time period and quite a downfall to be able to go back to where that would even cross my mind as an option. So today it's more coping with emotional pain. Is one of the things that you have to learn to cope with when things don't go your way, when somebody close to you dies, when a friend of you is a friend. So there's a lot of pain involved, and you feel the pain. You feel it all the way because you have nothing to block it out and nothing to stop it anymore. Today the tools that I utilize are there's a wide array of them. Anything from friends, family, activities, even stuff that goes almost outside of just the fundamental stuff that you learn in a program of recovery that I've kind of learned over time. There's an endless amount of things, all the way from nutrition to different supplements to friends, family. I still use my sponsor, to helping someone else out, to helping a group of people out, to praying to my higher power, to that I'm able to utilize that I didn't really have in my toolbox when I first got sober. It's kind of like, in the beginning of my sobriety, my toolbox consisted of just a hammer, and now I've added, 50 other tools in there that, depending on the situation, I can kind of custom tailor what tool I'm going to pick up to utilize.
And the reason that I brought it up is because, it's always compromised. Coping skills are always compromised when, we were in recovery and early in recovery. We have to rebuild all that stuff. So that's why I was asking you exactly what you have today and what it started out as and what the change has been, because I think the next question is, as far as the relapse prevention, why is relapse prevention a big part of sobriety, in early sobriety, and even today, in our sobriety?
So relapse prevention is an interesting topic. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. So if you utilize all of the different tools that you're given, especially when first coming into the program, you hear a lot of different things. It shouldn't even be an option when it comes to relapse prevention. I mean, basically in relapse prevention, you're taught different methods, coping skills, and compromises to make in order to prevent a relapse. And like I said before, as time goes on, that option, that thought of drinking and of picking up, just it dissipates. It goes away. It's just not an option. It's not a thought ever, really. I can't even remember the last time something happened and I thought the solution to it was to go pick up. So as time goes on, it's just not even an option anymore. In early sobriety, you're taught relapse prevention, and it can be utilized. But like I said, if you're doing everything outside of yourself, you're focusing on your career path, you're following your dreams, and chasing them, whether they're accomplished or not, just the act of chasing them alone. You're with a good group of support group of friends and people and family. And if you have a good sponsor and a good meeting place and a home group, and if you have, a spiritual connection and you have a sponsee and someone else that you're kind of helping out throughout the process, there's your relapse prevention right there. It shouldn't even be a forethought. So, the number one relapse prevention is doing the things to kind of build your life up so that it's just not an option anymore.
Through that process of, in early recovery, there's triggers, and triggers can bring up some really strong emotions. And what can we do to prevent those triggers from driving us back out?
Okay, say that again, John.
I said in early recovery we have triggers. So, those triggers, what can we do to help ourselves with triggers when they arise, and so they don't bring us back out? What are some of the things that we can do?
So in early sobriety, I'll speak on myself. I spent my first 11 months of sobriety between a treatment facility and a sober living environment, and I'm really glad that I did, because I kind of shut down from being out in a world that I had been unable to cope with and survive in. And I took the directions that I was given, which was do not get in a relationship. You have no business being out at night past 10 o'clock at night unless you're at a meeting or you're doing something, like dinner with a group of sober people and so forth. So you kind of have to have some short-term pain for the long-term gain, and you have to, I sacrificed, in a sense, a portion of my life and dedicated it to fully committing to sobriety, and in doing so, it really gave me quite a impenetrable shield that I was able to carry with me as I became out into the real world, and then as I, was in situations where I was at a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning for, obviously a reason other than to drink, but for some reason or another, or I was in somewhere where someone was offering me crack cocaine, or I was with somebody who was getting high, or, all these kind of things that people would call triggers came along. So, in the beginning, it was important to sacrifice that time and have some of that, like I said, short-term pain of not maybe experiencing life to the fullest and being able to do anything and everything that I wanted to do, and go anywhere and go and do anything I wanted to do, to later on down the road, it's the point where I could be anywhere or do anything, at any time, and it doesn't matter what's put in front of me, whether it's the drink or drugs an inch or a mile from me. It makes no difference. So, like I said, I think, in the beginning, avoidance and kind of setting yourself up in a situation where those things aren't going to come along your path, so that in the long term, no matter what happens, you're able to cope and deal with those situations is the key.
Okay. Very good. Very good. And in the big picture, when you're dealing with relapse prevention at Amethyst Recovery Center, somebody's there, is there a track or something that you guys kind of help the clients to put some, relapse prevention plan in place for when they leave?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always going to recommend long-term treatment. We're always going to suggest continuing your care, whether that be an intensive outpatient phase, and then continuing on to sober living environment. And I always recommend someone stays in some sort of care for up to a year. So whether that's seeing a therapist, following up with your alumni group, aftercare groups is something we offer that's huge. And staying in a sober living environment for over a year is always the recommendation. And most people I know that do that are sober. If you follow the instructions and you really buckle down, they're sober. So, it's interesting to me that the ones who follow the recommendations stay sober, and the ones who don't usually don't stay sober. It's pretty clear cut.
It's one of the things in the blog on your site, it was talking about, asking other people that are in your support network that you have met through the treatment process, that alumni group that you were just talking about, kind of like, working the relapse prevention plan together. Ask them what, their plan is. So that way you can collaborate together to what you might not think about, somebody else would. So it's kind of cool to have that alumni piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the aftercare. So we have an alumni group. We do all kinds of events. We do, like an annual trip somewhere. We do usually a small event bi-weekly, and then once a month we do like a large event, whether that's going out and doing a paintball or whatever it is. And then we do once a week an aftercare group, which is it's free of charge. It's not like outpatient or anything like that. It's welcome to any alumni. They come in. We have our alumni director in there as well as one of our therapists, and it's just an open discussion group that everyone can kind of talk about their struggles and what they're going through, and you have people with more time in there helping people with less time and so forth. So it's a really powerful thing, and it's a really nice thing to offer.
Have you found that over the years for yourself included? And it was funny because I'm asking this because I've seen it with my own eyes. When we did our event in November, you were, of course, there in November at the 101 Club. And do you find that getting together with your old gang that you got clean with is a real exciting thing for you? Because I've seen it with my own eyes, and it looked like you were excited and having some fun.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell, I had a big smile on my face. But yeah, that's one of the best things ever. I got sober in Pompano Beach behind a clubhouse called the 101 Clubhouse, and it was my home group for my first 4.5 years of sobriety, and everybody I knew went through there, and it was interesting to go back and see people I hadn't seen in a long time now that I'm up in Port St. Lucie more often. And I went back and I saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while, and it was really, really cool to see that and see everyone that had stayed sober and stayed clean through all these years.
Yeah, you could tell, man. You could just tell that it was all a good time for everybody that was there, you and all your buddies. And it's good to see that, because that gives a newcomer hope. Somebody that might be on the outside, with kicking rocks on the side, sees people like yourself having fun and joking around and laughing. That gives them hope that they can be there someday too.
Yeah, absolutely, and you definitely can. Anybody can get sober. There's no reason that anyone can't get sober. If you're willing and you commit to it, and you find the right people that are going to give you guidance, which there's a lot of them out there, you can stay sober. It's open to anyone that wants it.
Great message of hope today, Sam. I want to thank you for being on, of course, Treatment and Recovery, and I want to thank Amethyst for being a part of Rockers in Recovery, and the media partners and making all of our shows possible and all the stuff that we do online. And we just want to thank you for making sure that we get to carry our message of hope too.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, John. You guys have been a great partner, and we want to thank you too, and we appreciate everything that you guys do.
Yeah, man. You rock, brother. We'll have you back on next month, and we'll pick a new topic, and we'll go at it and see what we can do to help maybe somebody out there listening. That we can help one person today, Sam. We've done our job.
I agree with that. Awesome. I appreciate it, John. Thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you, brother. God bless.
Thank you,
brother. Guys, there you go. Our buddy Sam from Amethyst. You can check out, of course, amethystrecovery.org. You can check them out over there. Sam is an amazing guy, and it's amethystrecovery.org. Check out Sam and his friends that help a lot of people get clean out there. So glad that Sam and Amethyst is a part of Rockers in Recovery. You can also go to rockersinrecovery.com and click on Recovery Media Partners and see the rest of the partners that support what we do by carrying a message of hope out to help maybe just one person today that might be listening that, maybe they need that help. Maybe they, need to go somewhere. And this might be the deciding factor listening to this show on them going to get some help, or a loved one that's struggling and doesn't know what to do with somebody. So there you go, folks. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and being a part of the show. You guys have a blessed day, and keep on rocking. We got, of course, Stacey Hampton, Road to Recovery. Check out Stacey Hampton Music on Facebook, on SoundCloud. Just put in Stacey Hampton Music into any of your search engines, and she'll come right up. Great lady. Here you go, Road to Recovery.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
Keep your OTR trucking business rolling. Make TaxesForTruckers.com your partner to handle the money side. TaxesForTruckers.com can help you pay less taxes, keep your books, and track your finances to stay on the road towards your goals. Get started at TaxesForTruckers.com. That's taxes, the number 4, truckers.com.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.